So today we're making ube mochi pancakes from Trader Joe's. I've got my helpers. We've got Kira and little Leah, and we've got our mise en place going on, which means we've got all of our ingredients ready. Why are you smelling the egg? Just put it back, huh?
It's supposed to turn purple.
Oh, you're gonna see. It's magic. We've got the ube mochi pancake mix. It's just a dry mix, as you saw. It just looks like flour. There's probably some ube magic in there. It calls for water, but we're gonna be using whole milk because why wouldn't you? It'll make it that much more wholesome. Also, it calls for oil or butter. I always insist on doing clarified butter. And it also calls for eggs. Because we're doing 2 packages, we're gonna need 6 eggs. There's only 5, but there's a 6th one. And then we've got all of our tools. We've got our dry bowl, our wet bowl. We'll eventually get everything into the dry bowl. And then we've got, what is this? What is this?
From Toy Story.
From Toy Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's called what? What is this tool called?
Feet.
It's called a spatula. And then what is this, Kira? A whisk, and that's what we're going to use to mix everything. And then this is another spatula, of course, measuring cups, and we've got to use the cute ones. Is this Hello Kitty?
Both of these are
Oh, okay. Mixing all the ingredients first, and then we will let it rest. Well, let's get all set up. Whenever I make pancakes, I insist on letting the pancake batter sit for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Now, it's more important to do that when you're making it from scratch. Today, wow. It smells great. It smells like ube. But yeah, you want to let it sit because something happens. Something activates. And I find that pancakes are always better when you let it sit. Tell me what else we need. How much milk?
3/4 cup.
3/4 cup? Okay, now you have to multiply that by 2.
6/8.
Actually pretty good. Yeah, 6/8. But then you can actually, that's 1.5 cups, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. And, but before that, we should crack all the eggs. You wanna crack all the eggs? Yeah. Okay. You gotta go wash your hands first if you're gonna help with the ingredients. Go ahead and start mixing the egg mixture. Whenever I'm making the pancakes, it doesn't say it on the directions, but I kind of insist on mixing all the eggs and milk together. You're gonna wanna make sure the egg mixture is all mixed up so that you don't have egg whites that are clumped up in there. Okay, you're letting her help. That's very sweet of you. All right. There you go. Not all the way to the top. Go get a towel. Just or add it right to this, just a little bit. That's okay. Hey, that's what cooking's all about. Sometimes you spill a little bit, and that's okay. And then of course, the butter. It calls for oil, but butter is so much better for you. And it tastes better, so.
3 tablespoons.
Okay, so you have to multiply that by how much?
6 tablespoons.
6, because you have to multiply it by 2 packages. There's so many of us.
Done.
All done? Hey, but we gotta add the oil, which your sister's gonna go get the tablespoon for that. Okay. Yeah, pour it right in. It's pancakes, so.
Okay. Do I add another one?
Whenever you're making clarified butter, there's usually some leftover milk solids that still have some butter in it. When you're making the pancake batter, you can use those milk solids in there. Is that 6? Okay. In the pancake batter, because when you're making clarified butter, you want your butter to be clear of all those milk solids so it doesn't burn. But when you're putting it in the batter, you can use that. So I'll show you what I mean because we've got more clarified butter. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pour, and you're gonna mix with the whisk. Let Kira do this part because you mix the eggs, okay? You gotta mix as I'm going in there. There you go. Yes, but remember, you did all the eggs. All right, so we're now slowly, don't over mix it. This spatula is good for scraping the sides. So what happened is that butter kind of solidified a little bit because of the cold milk. So I'm just gonna.
You see this?
There we go. What you do with this one now? You scrape all the sides like that. See?
But is it also in the bottom? This one is the bottom.
Of course. So I'm gonna use this one to scrape all the sides. Hey, you gotta be patient.
It's like
you know what I'm saying? Oh. Grab all of it. This is why you want to let it sit for a while, because there's going to be parts that aren't hydrated. I'll tell you this though, it smells really good. Makes it very, very slowly.
Professional pancakes.
Oh, it smells good. Here, you want to smell it? Want to smell it?
It smells like those ube cookies they had at
I know, it smells like ube cookies. That's right.
They
Oh
got
yeah, it does.
Those are really good.
Those are really good. At this point, we're gonna let this rest for about
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
5 minutes.
15 minutes. You could start cooking, but what I like is two things. One, it's going to make sure that everything is hydrated through, and then secondly, something activates. I don't know if it's the baking soda or the baking powder, but you'll start seeing bubbles, and then I'll do one more
It's a baking soda.
slight mix a little bit later. All right, so we're using the Joes UBE today. It's really convenient because it's got a lot of space. We use it the most for pancakes. You can do stir fries, you could do sausage, you could do eggs. This is probably one of my favorite things to make lots of gyoza with, because there's a lid for it. So look at this. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so purple now. The package says to add a little bit of milk because we're gonna want to thin this out just a little bit. That's good. That's perfect. Good job. Because you want to be able to pour it out of the ladle. One thing that's interesting is that there's so many mochi snacks and mochi foods. Good morning. This is much better. Look at this.
You need this early in the morning.
This was really good. I feel like a lot of Trader Joe ube things don't taste like ube, but like they taste.
This one does. Smell it. We've got our clarified butter ready to go. You're gonna pour it right on there. If you do this right, it shouldn't smoke at all because it's got a high smoking point. And that's kind of the whole point of clarified butter. Go ahead. Right on there. Get a good big spoonful like that. Another thing about this pancake mix, it's got the mochi, so it's really thick.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the next one?
This?
Yeah.
I think that's a lot though.
Spread it around. There you go. You don't have to pour out everything in the ladle. Do you remember what you're looking for?
Bubbles in the middle.
You want some bubbles, but this is so thick, it might not have the bubbles, so you check once in a while.
I was checking. But
Get that ear underneath. There you go.
see.
It's not cooked yet. That's why it wasn't really that hot. You check underneath. Oh yeah, it's getting there though. It's definitely getting there. See, it cooks a little bit differently, and it's got to be because of the mochi. I think you can flip that one. Get it all the way underneath.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, that was pretty good.
See, the thing is when you're using clarified butter, you get that golden brown color still, which is really nice. There you go. Quick. There you go. All right, go ahead and do that. Very good job. That was good. So first off here, we're gonna move it out. There you go. Got to get it underneath. Go ahead. 1, 2, like that. Then flip it. Whoa!
Daddy had that one.
You okay?
Yeah.
Which one?
Daddy, wait, that one.
You want this one? So the girls, they ate their breakfast and had to go to school. Well, here you go. Here's the final product. It smells amazing. That's the one thing about these ube and mochi pancakes that I notice as the biggest difference is just the fragrance. It's so strong with that ube. You can tell it's slightly purple, but yeah. This is worth the buy if you're an ube lover. Now, the one thing with the mochi, it is very, very thick. So it makes for a different texture, which I like, but maybe not all kids. I could tell the kids love the flavor. It was good, but they didn't eat as much, maybe because it's so thick. So there you go. Trader Joe's ube pancakes. Let's see how it tastes. Don't worry, this extra won't be wasted. What we like to do is put on some maple syrup, like that. Let's try to get that money shot. We put it into the freezer. Now I'll separate them, but it soaks up all the maple syrup, and then we individually freeze them, and then we just pop it into the toaster oven and it's ready to go. And this is what we do if we ever have leftovers. Today we have leftovers because the girls had to run to school, but normally this gets all eaten up. The other bonus of using clarified butter is it gives it a crunchy, crispy outer texture, and especially with this mochi batter, it's still gooey and fluffy at the same time. I don't know how that's possible, but yeah. It's like literally eating mochi in pancake form. There's a chewiness to it and a density that you normally don't get, because if it was like this with a regular pancake, it'd be undercooked. Oh my gosh. Especially with that buttery exterior. I don't know if you can hear, it's still crunchy too. Oh God. For as good as it is, it's not an everyday kind of pancake. Not that we have pancakes every day. Ube mochi pancakes, definitely worth it. Go try it at Trader Joe's. I believe this is seasonal. Go get it while you can.